I went to the island previously with my family, and then I went for the first year I was at Arcadia. I went with Professor Brinker and Professor Morra to the island, and I didn't really know before I went there what topic. So the first topic I chose was the cruise ship industry. But the second time I went, I got to feel more for the country because I learned a lot by talking to the people. So it touched upon more with me to do something like with geothermal power and something that's potential in the island of Dominica. I touched upon the water power and how they're using that as 52% of the island, and I touched upon how there's one resort that's taking control of wind turbines, but it doesn't export enough energy for them to continue to use wind turbines. But the biggest energy source that could be developed on the island is the geothermal power. It's got a lot of active volcanoes on the island, so it's got a lot of it could export a lot of power to the neighboring islands because of how hot spots are on that island for geothermal power.
I think, as Mike pointed out in his paper, one of the problems for Dominica right now is with the growing population, increase of tourism, and an increase in standard of living, the demand for electricity in the future is going to only rise. Having the 50% or 52% of the power served by hydroelectric is fine today, but in the future that may only serve 25% or even less of the total energy demand. And since most of the other energy is, as Michael said, produced by diesel, running diesel generators, the cost is prohibitive. It's some of the most expensive electricity in the world, and that's unsustainable. So the geothermal does provide the opportunity not only to meet their future energy demands, but also to export. However, there are going to be substantial financial and technological hurdles to overcome. No one has ever been able to transmit electricity that far underwater at those depths. So they do have some technological barriers to overcome. The transformation of the island as a result of it, I think that they could finally truly become the nature island rather than just being the underdeveloped island. I thought the big benefit of going to the island is they let us go inside the plant for the hydroelectric plant. They let us go inside the wind turbine, and that's what really jazzes me about going to a place like that. Everything's real up close and personal.
That's also what impacted me on writing my paper, was because you got to really feel for the island, you got to feel for the people. I mean, if I wasn't there, I'd write this paper and probably forget about it tomorrow. So many papers going through college and everything. But when you're there, you actually remember and attain knowledge instead of just writing something down to get an A. So it felt good to write a paper about something I care about and not just something that I have to write.